I'm actually on my way to pick up the car that I'll be featuring next. You guys should know by the title what car it is, so I'll see you in a bit. So here it is guys, the Audi A4 2.0, the front wheel drive variant, not the Quattro. Audi has very kindly lent me this car for 48 hours, and the best thing is that it comes with a full tank. So throughout these 48 hours, I'll be taking you along my 2-day experience with the car. Mainly revolves around the driving experience, which is the essence of this channel if you didn't know. I'll definitely walk you guys around the car and show you every aspect of it, and I'll also definitely film a POV drive of the Audi A4. Right, so I'm stopped by at the roadside to just continue telling you what to expect. So basically this day 1 and day 2 video is going to show you guys how this car performs as a daily driver, what I make of it, and most importantly how it drives. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, subscribe down below and stay tuned. Alright, now I gotta get back to work first. Try to find some time out later to film for you guys. So I just got out from my workplace and I'm about to take this out for a drive. As you can see, it absolutely poured just now. Such a bummer though. Audi actually cleaned it up before they loan it to me. Let me try this. Look at this. All clean up. I'm just gonna quickly show you guys around the car. First of all, this is the key. Very simple key, very easy to understand. Unlock, lock. This is to open the boot lid. And the attention to detail for the logo is actually very nice. Oops, hopefully it doesn't rain again. This is actually called Monsoon Grey, if you're wondering. It looks kind of sleek. I don't know if you realize that it actually looks kind of rounded on the front end. Based on pictures, I think the new A5 looks even rounder. So let's unlock the car. Nice. As you can see, the side mirrors doesn't actually fold out, but it would when you start the car. This is how it looks from the rear. And that's sleek. Let's do that again. You actually get dynamic LED indicators for the rear, but not the front now. Anyway, I would actually do a full walk around tour of this car one of these 2 days lah. That'll actually be a separate video. Right, so I gotta go. I'll update you guys later. Fast forward a few hours, I'm home right now. As you can see, I'm all changed up. So I just want to take this moment to give you guys an idea of what my impression is with the car on day 1 with it. So let me start by telling you guys a bit about the quality in the interior. I'm actually impressed at how well built it is. Everything feels very solid. I think I better show you guys this. Right, so this is what I'm talking about. Everything feels and looks really well built. Every single button here, or switches has a clicking sound. Hear that? I actually love it, you know. It gives that sort of solidness to it, if that even makes sense. The only thing is that this is the volume switch, if you guys didn't know. I don't know why they put it here. But anyway, I'm also very impressed at the attention to detail of this car. I'll definitely show you guys more around the car interior and also exterior in the full walk around tour, which I'll be filming tomorrow. But do note that the walk around tour wouldn't be in the same video as the day 2 vlog with the car. It's gonna be in a separate video. So let's move on to the driving experience of the car. First of all, the power delivery in this car is actually very satisfying. The power output from the 2.0 TFSI is actually 190 horsepower and 320 Nm torque. And what I mean by satisfying is that it actually feels that it has 190 horsepower and 320 torque. Some cars that I've driven, I don't know if you guys have experienced before, it does not live up to its power output. Well, obviously I'm not going to name any names. And coming to the steering wheel, I actually love the look of the steering wheel. It looks very futuristic. I love the indents at this side. It's the same kind of steering wheel that you get in the Q7 if I'm not mistaken. And this steering wheel is actually an electromagnetic power steering wheel. I personally love this steering wheel because it has some weight to it. Not to mention it's also decently direct lah. You can actually set this steering wheel in the individual mode to auto, comfort or dynamic. So moving on, the suspension. This car actually has adaptive suspension and I have to say it performs really well for a car in this range. Like just now when I was passing by the front of Viva Mall, if you guys are familiar with Viva Mall, there's a few small bumps. Well, I'm just using the example of that place lah. There are a few small bumps in front of Viva, right? Everyone knows how annoying small bumps are when you go across it and it just shatters everything in your car. But this adaptive suspension took it really well. I don't know whether I'm super sensitive towards it. I can actually feel the adaptive suspension electronically dampening the car from the bump. And because it is adaptive, you can actually set it to stiff in individual mode, or you just put it to dynamic and it becomes stiff. So it is firm when you want it to be, and it is comfortable when you want to drive sedately as well. But anyhow, this isn't some sort of sports car. So what this car offers actually makes it a very decent daily driver. Space-wise, it's not an issue as well. The rear legroom is actually not too bad for a car in its class, and the boot is decently sized too. Oh, and you know what guys, I actually love the fact that it comes with a netting in the boot to keep your goods and fruits from rolling about, which in this case I tested it with 4 huge papayas, which I'm going to show you here lah. Well, of course, no car is perfect, and some of the initial downsides of this car from my first day, there are no reverse cameras, the side mirrors are a bit narrow. I understand that they try to make it narrow because they want to like constitute to the aerodynamics of the car and make it like 0.23 drag coefficient. And something that I find it quite annoying in this car is that in the first 2 gears in the 7-speed S-tronic gearbox which this car has, is that it can be a little jerky in low speeds. Like what I experienced today is that when I was cruising in traffic and I want to accelerate a bit just to move forward, it just jerks you. What I mean is that you want to move forward, you know, not really accelerate just, but when you're going at faster speed, like let's say 20 kilometers per hour, the 7-speed S-tronic gearbox is actually silky smooth. So those are my day 1 impressions of the Audi A4 2.0 TFSI. By the way, there will also be a day 2 impression of the car. It's like I spend 48 hours, maybe I get to learn more of the car. Who knows what I'll go through. Maybe I'll have more likes and dislikes, which I'll be giving a verdict on the car at the end of the day 2 vlog. Oh, and before I forget, any of you have any experience with Audi's after sales? Maybe you can like share your experience in the comment section down below. Good morning guys, you must be wondering what's with the nighttime driving. That's actually 4 AM in the morning. Yep, I've been driving for the past 2 hours. Driven 100 over kilometers just to experience the car a bit more. The thing is that I got this car on a weekday. At the same time, I have to work, so I don't really have much time. And if I don't drive it, how can I learn more about it and tell you guys about it, right? Just so to learn more about the car for my day 2 impressions. I actually feel like the car is actually growing on me. I'm starting to love the car, especially on how it drives. I'll try to talk you guys through what I mean at the end of this day 2 vlog. It's gonna be a busy day. I gotta film the walk around tour and also the POV drive today. Anyway, I gotta head back in and rest a bit before I go to work. So see you guys soon. So it's actually noon right now and I'm heading out to film the walk around tour for the channel. Let's get going. Right, I didn't update you guys once I told you I was gonna film the walk around tour yesterday. Alright, so after I filmed the walk around tour for the Audi A4, I had to get back to work, and after that it was just super hectic. I only got to film the POV drive when I was in Puchong. If you guys watch the POV drive, it is actually on the way back from Puchong. Right after that, I also spent quite a lot of time in the evening and at night to film some POV night drives shots, because some of my viewers said they are interested in night POV drive. You see, I actually tried to meet all of your requests, but of course only when I'm able to do it lah. Anyway, I'll try to summarize some points of the car and what I think of it. This is obviously a very good daily driver lah, a very practical one. Like I said, 190 horsepower and 320 Newton meters torque is actually more than what you need on daily commute. And comfort wise, it is also very comfortable because of the 5-link adaptive suspension. And coming on to fuel consumption, if your daily commute requires you to go on long journeys on highway every day, this car will definitely save you a lot on fuel consumption. Because the fuel efficiency of this car is actually not that bad for its class. Bear in mind, it's a 2-liter turbocharged engine. Most likely due to the 7-speed S-tronic gearbox and also the aerodynamic properties of the car. Not to mention, there is also intelligent coasting for this car. I didn't actually mention the intelligent coasting part because I didn't experience it until yesterday night. So if you put it into efficiency mode, you cruise along the highway, you just release your leg from the accelerator pedal. Like if you are in efficiency mode, there is a letter E there, right? And there is actually a number which denotes which gear you are in. So if you lift your leg off the accelerator pedal, that number will actually be gone, which is actually showing you it is in coasting mode. Now let's move on to the things that actually bothers me about this car. I know I told you guys about my day one impression with the car, but if I'm able to tell you right now without looking back at what I told you guys before this, that means it really bothers me. First off, the 7-speed S-tronic gearbox in low speed. That actually bothers me because it can get a little jerky when I'm crawling in traffic. Secondly, the vibration of the engine. I actually noticed this after a few instances, like right now where I'm filming my shot of talking to you guys. The car is actually vibrating quite a bit. I can actually feel the engine vibrating right now. Well, it is not very terrible and unbearable, but then it is more than what I would expect from a car like this. Noise-wise, I actually think the insulation is quite good, but the road noise coming from the Hankook 17 inches is actually quite loud. I actually think it's because of the tires, so probably you can get a set of quieter tires. So those are the things that actually bothered me the most after living with this car for 2 days. I literally drove this car every single time I went out. Couldn't get enough of it. I love the power and everything, and I think this car is actually starting to grow on me a little. But I honestly reckon the Quattro version will be nicer to drive, probably better handling. But I've never driven a Quattro before, so I don't know. So to know more about the car in terms of driving experience, you can watch my POV drive video. To know more about the interior stuff of the car, you can actually watch my walk around tour video. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I actually got to send this car back right now. Oh, and before I go, I actually want to say a very big thanks to the people working for Audi Malaysia for making this arrangement possible. Props to you guys.